Hello all, welcome back to Pabbly Connect. So in this video, we are going to understand how to create Pabbly email marketing subscriber on Gravity Forms submission. So do you also use Gravity Forms and Pabbly email marketing for your business? Then this video is definitely for you. So over here, I'm doing the same. I'm running an event management company, and for that we use Gravity Form to collect the new inquiries. So now what I want is that as soon as we receive a new inquiry with the help of our Gravity Forms, with the help of the same details only, I want to create a subscriber in my Pabbly email marketing too, so that we can create targeted marketing campaigns for all of them. So to do this, we are going to create a connection between Gravity Forms and Pabbly email marketing. To create this connection without knowing any programming or coding language, we are going to use Pabbly Connect. It is an amazing automation software. So do you also wish to learn this process step by step? Then let me take you to my computer screen. Welcome to my screen. So as you know, in this video, we're going to understand how to create Pabbly email marketing subscriber on Gravity Forms submission. So as you know that I run an event management company and we use Gravity Forms to handle our registrations for our new events. So to reduce no-shows and streamline our marketing efforts, we want to set up an automation that automatically adds each new registration as a subscriber in Pabbly email marketing. This way, whenever someone signs up for an event, they're instantly added to our subscribers list and receive timely reminders and updates about the event. This seamless integration not only helps us to keep the track of our attendees, but also enhance our communication strategies, ultimately leading to higher attendance rate. So as you know that Gravity Forms and Pabbly email marketing doesn't have any native connection in order to do this. So what we're going to do is, in order to connect both of these applications, we are going to use Pabbly Connect. So now to do this, I've already opened the landing page of Pabbly simply by searching pabbly.com/connect in my browser. It is very easy. So as soon as we're going to open the landing page of Pabbly, we're going to get two options. One is sign in and the other one is sign up for free. So if you're a new user, you can click on sign up for free and you're going to get 100 of stars free every month. But I'm an existing user, so I'm going to click on sign in right over here. And as soon as we're going to click on sign in, it is opening all Pabbly apps. Over here, you can see all the tools and applications offered by Pabbly. But in today's video, we are going to use Pabbly Connect because we are connecting different applications. So I'm going to click on access now right over here to access my Pabbly Connect account. And as soon as we're going to click on access now, it is opening my dashboard. And to start with this automation, we're going to click on this button which says create workflow. And now it is asking me for the workflow name and the folder I want to save the workflow in. So over here, I want to save the workflow in this folder which says automations. And on my dashboard, you can see multiple folders which I've already created in order to save my workflows in. And if you wish to learn how to create a new folder or a subfolder, you can click on this hyperlink given right over here which says learn more. And now it is asking for the workflow name. So I want the workflow name to be how to create Pabbly email marketing subscriber on Gravity Forms submission. Gravity Forms to PEM, which is Pabbly email marketing. And then we're going to click on create. And as soon as we're going to click on create, it is opening the most important window of our automation, which is our workflow window. So this is the most important window because we have trigger and action in this. Trigger means when this happens and action means do this. So by this, you can understand that the trigger is the commander for the workflow and actions follow the commands. And as you know that we can have only a single commander but multiple followers. So here we can have only a single trigger but multiple actions following the commands of our trigger. And by this, you can finally understand that the actions are response towards the commands given by our trigger. And in order to start with our automation, we have to select our trigger application. So for my trigger application, I'm going to select it as Gravity Forms because I want that as soon as a new submission is made in my Gravity Forms, which is as soon as we receive a new registration with the help of same, automatically my workflow should be triggered. And now it is asking me for the trigger event. So you must be wondering what is this. So basically, trigger event is the event on which the workflow will start. So over here, what I want is that as soon as a new response is received from my Gravity Forms, my workflow should be started. So I've selected the same trigger event right over here. And as soon as I'm going to select the trigger event, it is giving me a webhook URL. So what we're going to do is I'm going to copy this webhook URL and then I'm going to follow these steps right over here so that we can connect our Gravity Forms account with our Pabbly's workflow. So what it is saying to do so, go on your form settings and then click on the webhooks tab. So in order to configure webhooks for your form, what we are going to do is I'm going to open my Gravity Forms account first. And as you can see that this is the same. So as you know that Gravity Forms is a plugin of WordPress. So I've opened the WordPress account and over here we have opened the Gravity Forms inside that only. Okay. So after opening this, what we're going to do is we're going to go on the left sidebar, and as you can see forms, so we have to go on this forms, and over here you can see all the forms which I have already created in my Gravity Forms account. I'm going to use one from this only, which is this event registration form. So I'm going to use this because I want to create this automation only for this particular form. So I'm going to open this in a new tab, and as you can see that this is my form, right? Okay, so now what we're going to do is I'm going to go on the settings for this form. So I'm going to open the settings in a new tab right from here, and now we're going to open the settings, and as you can see that this is the settings on the form. And now what we're going to do is we're going to look for webhooks right over here. So I'm going to scroll, and as you can see webhooks, so we have to go on this webhooks, and after coming on this webhooks, yes, over here you can see that we have opened the webhook feeds. And now what we have to do is we have to click on this add new button right over here. So I'm going to click it on, and now it is asking me for the webhook name. So let's suppose that I'm going to keep it as test right over here. We are going to move on forward. It is saying request URL. So in this request URL field, we are going to paste the URL which we copied from our workflow. And now it is saying request method. So I'm going to keep it as post. It is saying request format. So we're going to keep it as JSON. We are going to move on forward, and now we are going to click on save settings. And as soon as we're going to click on save settings, yes, you can see settings updated. So yes, with this we have successfully connected our Gravity Forms account with our Pabbly's workflow. But over here you can see that it is saying waiting for webhook response, and in the notes it is saying do a test submission / record. So what we have to do is, in order to capture this webhook response, we have to do a test submission or record. So in order to do this, we are going to open our Gravity Forms, and we are going to do a test submission. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a test submission for an event. Okay, so I'm going to open the Gravity Forms, and as you can see event registration form which we recently connected with our workflow. So I'm going to click on this preview form and open this in a new tab, and as you can see that this is my form, right? So I'm going to do the test submission with the dummy details. So the first name I'm going to keep it as demo, last name as user, email as demoUser@pabblytunes.com. As you can see the confirm email, it is saying phone, so I want the phone number to be this, and over here is the address, and then we're going to click on next right over here. And now it is asking me for the gender. So for the gender I'm going to keep it as female. It is saying age, so let's say I'm going to select it as this. It is saying how did you hear about this event, so I'm going to select it as word of mouth and click on next. And now it is saying number of tickets needed, so I only need a one ticket, so I'm going to select the same. Over here you can see the total price. We are going to enter the card details and then click on submit, and as soon as we're going to click on submit, yes, you can see thank you for testing our form. So here with this we have successfully did the test submission. Okay, but as you can notice that it is saying thank you for testing our form since this is a demo form. So what is happening is that I'm using a test Gravity Form account, so that's why I've received this right over here. So if you are using a live, you're not going to receive this right over here. Okay, so now after receiving this means that we have successfully completed our test submission, and we have successfully sent the details of our test submission to our workflow. So I'm going to open my workflow and check that if Pabbly has captured the response for the same or not. So I'm going to open my workflow, and yes, you can see that Pabbly has captured the response for the same. And over here you can see all the details which we entered. You can see the age, you can see the gender. Over here you can see word of mouth. Over here you can see the phone number, you can see the email. We are going to move on forward and look for the name too, and over here you can see the name too, which is demo user. You can also see the address right over here. So now after receiving all of these details, we have successfully completed our trigger step. And now what will happen is that as soon as a new response is received from that Gravity Form account which we connected with our workflow, which is this, then automatically my workflow would be triggered. So now after doing this, we are going to move on towards our action step. So now what I want is I want to automatically add the registrant into my Pabbly email marketing subscriber list. Okay, so for my action application, we are going to select it as Pabbly email marketing. So I'm going to look for Pabbly email marketing right over here, and then we're going to select it. And now for the action event, we're going to select it as add subscriber, and then we're going to click on connect. And as soon as we're going to click on connect, it is asking me to add a new connection or select the existing connection. So if you have already connected your Pabbly email marketing account with your Pabbly's workflow, you can directly click on select existing connection and then save. But if you haven't, you have to follow me, click on add a new connection, and now it is asking me for the token. And to get this bearer token, what we have to do is to obtain the bearer token, log into your Pabbly email marketing account, navigate to the integration section, click on developer API, and then copy the bearer token. So instead of doing all of this, you can see that there's a hyperlink of directly going to developer API. So I'm going to click on this hyperlink right over here, and as soon as we're going to click on this hyperlink, yes, directly I've got my bearer token without any effort. So yes, it was really easy because I've already logged in my Pabbly email marketing account, right? So that's why it is always advised to log in your applications before starting with the automation. So now after getting this bearer token, I'm going to copy this token right from here, and then we're going to paste it right over here in the workflow under the token. And after pasting this, we're going to click on save, and as soon as we're going to click on save, yes, you can see that we have successfully connected our Pabbly email marketing account with our Pabbly's workflow. So now it is asking me for the list name. So over here I have only a single list in my Pabbly email marketing, so that's why I've selected the same list, which is default list. And now it is asking me for the email and the name of the registrant. So yes, I'm going to enter it, but over here we are not going to enter the details manually, but instead we are going to map it. So you must be wondering what is mapping, right? So mapping is a method by Pabbly which means inserting the data from the previous step. And as you know, our previous step was the trigger step, where we selected Gravity Forms as our trigger application. So we're going to map the details from the response of our trigger application only, and as soon as we're going to map these details, automatically my details will turn dynamic and change with every new response received. So over here I'm going to give you an example that it is asking me for the email, right? So let's suppose that we're going to enter the email right over here by this typing like this manually, then this will not change with every new response received because this is static information and I've entered it manually. But if you're going to map this from the previous response, I'm going to look for email in the previous response, and as you can see, the same. So let's suppose that we're going to map this from the previous response, then this will definitely change because my previous response will also change. So that's why we do mapping right over here to run our workflow in real time. And as we map the email, we're going to map the name too. So I'm going to look for name in the previous response, and as you can see, demo, which is the first name, we're going to map it, put a space, and then we are going to map the last name too. I'm going to look for it, and as you can see, the same, so we're going to map it. And after mapping both of these, we are going to click on save and send test request, and as soon as we're going to click on save and send test request, yes, you can see status success, list updated successfully. So yes, with this we have successfully received a positive response that we have successfully added the new registrant into our Pabbly email marketing as a subscriber. So what we are going to do is I'm going to open my account and check for the new subscriber added. I'm going to open my account, and now from the left side of the bar we have to go on subscribers. We are going to open the subscribers in a new tab, and now we're going to look for the new subscriber added. And as soon as we're going to open this default list right from here, yes, you can see a new subscriber added, email demo user @pabblytudes.com, and over here you can see the same name which we entered. So yes, with this we have successfully completed our workflow, but I'll just test this workflow once, and this time I'm going to give you a real-time example. So what we're going to do is I'm going to open my Gravity form again, and we're going to do another test submission so that we can test if our workflow is running in real time or not. Okay, so for the first name I'm going to keep it as test, last name as user only, and now for the email we're going to keep it as testuser11@pabblytudes.com, and over here you can see the confirm email as testuser11@pabblytudes.com. For the phone number I'm going to keep it as this, it is saying address, I'm going to enter it as this, and then we're going to click on next. And now it is asking me to select the gender, so I'm going to select it as male. It is saying age, so I'm going to select the age. It is saying how did you hear about this event, so I'm going to select it as Google and click on next. And as I was going to click on next, this time let's suppose that we're going to purchase 2 tickets, and now for the card I'm going to enter my card details, and then we're going to click on submit. And as soon as we're going to click on submit, yes, you can see again we have successfully submitted this form. And now what has happened is Gravity Forms has sent the details of our test submission to our workflow. Pabbly captured the response, triggered the workflow, and further created a new subscriber in our Pabbly email marketing with the same details which we entered right over here in our test submission. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open my Pabbly email marketing and check for the new subscriber created. And this time we are not going back to our workflow and clicking on save and send test request. I'll directly open my Pabbly email marketing account, and we're going to refresh this subscribers page to check for the new subscriber created. And as I was going to refresh this, yes, you can see a new subscriber created right over here. You can see the email which is testuser11@pabblytudes.com, and as you can see the name too. So yes, with this we have successfully completed our workflow, and we have successfully created a subscriber in Pabbly email marketing as soon as a new response is submitted in my Gravity Forms. So yes, with this we have successfully completed our workflow, and I'll just summarize this workflow for you once. So for the trigger application we selected Gravity Forms. For the trigger event we selected Pabbly email marketing because I wanted that as soon as a new response is received from my Gravity Forms, which is as soon as we receive a new registration for our event, automatically that registrant should be added as a subscriber in my Pabbly email marketing so that we can create targeted email marketing campaigns for them. And yes, we were successful with our workflow too. Over here you can see the 2 emails I added during this video with the help of my workflow in my Pabbly email marketing account. So yes, this way whenever someone signs up for an event, they instantly gets added so that they can receive timely reminders and updates about this event. This seamless integration not only helps us to track of our attendees but also enhances our communication strategies, ultimately leading to higher attendance rates and reduce the no-shows. So yes, this was it for the video, and if you have any questions related to the video or the workflow, you can directly comment on this video. And for your reference, I'll just clone this workflow and share the workflow link in the description box so that you can access my workflow. I hope this video was helpful for you. Thank you for watching. So not only these applications, but with the help of Pabbly Connect, you can integrate many more applications. So if you have any doubts, you can reach us at support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can reach us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issues, you can follow this website. And if you find our videos helpful, do like and subscribe our channel. Thank you for watching.